Hello and welcome to Wolf-N-Shorty Reviews. Today we are going to be reviewing the, forgive me if I butcher the names, it's Haojue G1W original dashboard dash cam. It's the HD 1080p, which for some reason is called the H264. It's a 140 degree wide angle 4x zoom lens. It's got a 2.7 inch LCD screen. It holds up to 64 gigabyte micro SD card. It shows on Amazon as $48.99, but when you go into the actual store to buy it, it automatically drops it to $39.99. It is sold by Haojin, Haojin. Link will be in the description below. This is the unit, and as always, this is one of those I've gotten for free to test and review. There's the actual name of the camera. Now, this camera it's interesting. Actually, from the feel of it, I thought this would be one of the worst cameras that I've tested. You can see it's got the two buttons up here. You've got power menu, then you have record mode, your up and down. This side you have your power supply button, you have your audio out. Over here you have a micro SD card slot. This side gives you your reset button and your micro HDMI cable. It's at the bottom. So when we first got this, I thought, nah, it's going to be junk. It's a little bit cheaper and it's very lightweight. It's actually one of the lightest ones we have to test, and the whole body was plastic. There's nothing really to it. One thing I did like about it when I first saw it was the slide design. It's really hard to see in there, but the way it actually works to mount is there's a little notch in there. The whole unit actually slides in. You have a little slide here. Now this section here is a little tight to get into that part. I like it. You're not going to have it hit and slide off one way or the other. It locks in and it holds. So it's a good design, but it's light. Lightweight means it's not a lot of weight dragging on the suction cup mount, so it's not going to pull this down. If it gets hot, it's not going to just fall off. When actually operating it, we found that this, surprisingly, turned out to be one of the best cameras out there that we've tried. If they didn't drop the price from $48.99 down to $39.99 on the sale site for Amazon, it's more than valuable, or more than worth almost $50. This actually records better at night than the camera we have that runs $50 normally. This far out exceeds the ability of any of the $30 cameras we have. So I'm assuming that what they did was lowered the amount of cost in the outside, made all this plastic, and put a little more money into the inside, especially in the lens and the electronics of it. Now, you still have to have good quality headlights. If your headlights suck, you are still going to have crap video at night. This does not have any true night vision capabilities. The lens may have a better low low light sensor on it, or the system on the inside, so it'll pick up low light better, but it's not sending out the infrared, it's not picking up and bringing it back in. It's not like a night vision scope where it shows green but it brings in all ambient light and enhances it. You're not getting that, especially for less than $100. Even the ones, the night vision scopes you can get out there for around $100, they're junk. You get almost no definition at any distance. You can't even really read a book in front of you with that kind of a camera. It's just to give you rough shapes. You can see a vehicle, you can kind of tell what it is, but you can't read license plates or anything from any distance. So these are not designed for that. These are truly designed for daytime use, and with enough outside light they can kind of give you an idea of what's around you. This one actually, with good headlights, give you a very good view of what's around you. Shorty has been using it because her car has the best headlights. It isn't as wide angle as the other ones, so instead of seeing the uprights or full half of her windshield, a little extra, this actually is a little bit tighter, so we have it centered more into her windshield. It does have the option, using the up and down arrows, you can actually zoom in. Now, driving I wouldn't recommend it because then you have limited range of view. But if you roll up on an accident, or you're sitting there, you see an accident happen, you can always reach over, zoom in, show what's going on right there in front of you, then zoom out. Or if you have somebody in front of you that's acting stupid, especially a passenger, have them focus on it, zoom in to get a shot of the license plate, zoom out. You don't have to get up on someone's bumper and risk them slamming the brakes and causing an accident. So the zoom feature is great. The night vision on it, what it counts as a night vision, the night recording feature is outstanding for the cost. Daytime is amazing. You can actually read street signs, you can read license plates, you can see basically everything you need. I think that's the thing, is 140-degree angle of the lens actually gives you more focal area. So it's, you have a fisheye or wide-angle lens, everything's going to be slightly distorted. You have it all focused solid into one area, then you have a lot more clarity into that area. So it's not as wide angle as some, gives you better clarity in front, so you have better ability to read what's in front of you. You might miss vehicles off to the side when you get too close, but from distance you'll still see them in front of you as they start to come in. So accidents are still going to be visible. Audio on this thing works perfectly well. It still loops recordings with audio on and off, which some cameras seem to have issues with. So far, I'm extremely impressed with the quality of this camera. This is far exceeded anything I would have expected, especially with a budget camera. Zero issues. This, as soon as I get done reviewing, it's going right back into her car. It'll be her permanent use car camera, and unless something happens to it, then we'll probably look to get another one. Just because the cost versus what it provides is more than worth it. It does come in, English is the primary language set on it, so it's good to go immediately. I believe it does have a very short battery life. There's no SD card set in there yet, but your battery life is just long enough to maintain your settings, your time, stuff like that, and then it will automatically shut back down. But that's kind of the point of it. It's designed just to maintain your settings and give you those few seconds between use before the thing actually, turn off your vehicle, it runs for a few seconds and then shuts down. It maintains your time setting, your timestamp on it, how you set it up. It does give you that audio cue when it comes on and goes off, so you know when you turn your vehicle on, it makes noise, it's on. If something happens and for some reason it loses power, it goes off. Now you know you need to figure out what's going on. Did the plug get pulled? Did it come loose out of the top? Figure it out so you have it running in case something happens. It does use your standard mini USB on top, as all the other ones do. It comes with about 13 foot of cable, so you can plug it in, run it up above your headliner, back around, drop it in below your dash, or underneath your glove box, get it plugged in, it'll stay out of your way. Generally, unless you have something going on, no need to take it out. Leave it in your vehicle. If you live in an area you don't want this to get stolen, you can try sliding it off from the top, or just pull down your suction cup using your tab here. Using that to break the suction off of it so it doesn't damage it. Unhook your power supply from it down here. Leave your power hanging up from your your sun visor. Just hook it up there. Put this in your glove box under your seat somewhere. You get back in your car, put it back up there, lock it in, plug it in, turn your car on, you're good to go. So most of our areas, I'm not worried about it. Here in my local town, I'll leave this thing mounted all the time. Won't be a problem. I also don't leave my car running, so I'm not worried about somebody coming out and jumping in and stealing the car. But if you have the ability to leave your car running legally, some states don't allow it, and you can lock your car so they can't take your car, then if you park somewhere, you're going to be in there for 2-3 minutes, go grab a gallon of milk and get out to go home, you could leave it running and leave this running. So if you're in a grocery store that has parking in front, parking in the middle, and it's a real tight area, you come back out and the front of your car's caved in. If you happen to leave it running, now you have video of the vehicle that caused the accident. There you go. Not recommended to leave it running just because this may walk up, bust your window, and take off your car. But this is a great camera. I'm going to link in video. First couple are going to be just your standard daytime. I'm going to try to keep the clips to about 10 seconds a piece. So you'll have daytime driving down to the country road, maybe a 10-second clip of interstate highway. Do a 10 seconds of city driving, nothing major. I'll do the nighttime driving, both city, which is a larger city. Also do probably an I-44 interstate to give you an idea of what it looks like, normal driving at night, and a country road which has no street lights, no markers, just standard street lines. And the last video that I'll link in is going to be kind of short. Watch to the right side. That was actually taken Friday night, Saturday morning, where Shorty was on her way back home from work. It was sprinkling. She was on I-44 interstate. It has a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. So those of you who do the kilometers, she was running right about 113 kilometers an hour. And I would guesstimate the animal to be about 300 pounds, maybe 350, maybe bigger. I'm going off of what the camera's showing. It's a white-tailed deer. Now, if you don't have them in your area, hopefully you don't have moose, but it's a good-sized animal, going 70 miles an hour. If she would have hit it, it would have gone through the windshield. Probably could have killed her. If she would have clipped it, it could have still caused a serious amount of damage, possibly injured her. This camera actually was able to pick up the animal when most of them wouldn't even see it. For insurance purposes, if she hit the animal, that would prove what happened to the vehicle and where it was at. And with this camera, they could slow it down to get the exact moment that her vehicle passed one of the 0.2 mile markers they have on the highway. Log the time from there. Log the time when the camera passes the next one. They have the distance so they can get the actual distance in case it's a rough 0.2. Do the time versus distance. They could get the exact speed she was going prior to the accident. Now they know she wasn't speeding. Insurance could see that she was running right about 70 and it was just an accident. That would cover her. So these are very good benefits. There's a good benefit to having these, not just watching other vehicles, but animals as well. So as part of the sign-off, I'm going to leave you with the videos just recorded to show you the quality of this camera. I'm highly impressed. The seller, Haojue, has been very attentive. We've kept in touch throughout the process. It's only been about 2 weeks and 2 days that I've been testing this device. I got it on September 2nd. I wanted to test a little bit longer than a week just because the quality of the video was quite a bit better than I would have expected. So I went from doing our standard high quality Samsung or Sony type SD card, and I went ahead and went to the little Patriot style. Now, this is one we got from Amazon that we paid for 5 of them. Couldn't get him to send us the ones to test and review, so we got these as a 5-pack just to run these tests. $40-something just to be able to do testing, which sucks to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I also tested it with my old 8 gig. This is actually upside down. But that's the old Samsung 8 gig. It's class 4. It actually ran pretty good on the class 4. It's just 8 gig, you don't get enough capacity to hold the videos. With a 32, she goes back and forth to work, hour drive, on 5-minute segments. She can go back and forth to work about 3 times before she starts to overloop, or loop record, going over the old ones. So we've had 0 problems with it. It's been running great. It does lock if you mount this when it's turned on. Once you hit this lock device, it does lock your very first video if it's active, because that's enough of a jarring for it to think it's been hit. So the G-sensor sets it off and it will lock your video. So unless you want to take your card out and delete them, you don't want to activate and set this up. You want to turn this on, plug it in, and then activate the camera. So after this, go ahead and watch the videos, see what you think. If you're in the market for a budget dash cam to keep yourself safe from accidents, insurance frauds, to be able to cover your butt in case something happens, especially if somebody pulls in front of you, cuts you off in traffic, slams the brakes, and causes you to hit them, and they say, well, I was driving this lane, they just slammed me. This will cover your butt, especially at night if you have good quality headlights. You have to go spend more than this camera on headlights to give you that, or clean your lenses. Good headlights, this camera, you're covered if you're not driving like an idiot. And if you do happen to hit somebody, it proves it's an accident, not your fault, or if it is your fault, it's not, because you're being an idiot. Now, if you're being an idiot, go for a cheaper camera. Maybe it'll fail when you do need it to fail, and you ain't got to worry about them using that for proof against you. Just don't drive like an idiot though, won't be a problem. So enjoy the videos that I'm linking in. Hopefully you'll enjoy the deer one. That's a close call. If you ever seen that in real life, you can imagine the oh crap moment. If you like the videos, not this one or the LinkedIn ones, hit a like at the bottom. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more videos. I'm going to be uploading soon. And keep tuned because we will be doing a lot more reviews real soon. Thank you very much. I'll see you all later.